What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about Ready or Not 2, aka Ready or Not, Here I Come, which is the sequel to the 2019 hit film from Radio Silence, Ready or Not, which stars Samara Weaving, and it's supposed to be coming out next year. We're going to be going over everything we know about the film and also discussing some things that are soon to be confirmed. I trust they will be confirmed because I know that they are legitimate, but yeah, we'll work our way up to that stuff. But let's dive into what we already know based off the comments that have come out from the creatives, the producers, and dive into the cast, as well as, of course, some other things that, again, are destined to be confirmed because of how legitimate I know that they are. So, we know Radio Silence is going to be returning to direct. Samara Weaving will be back as Grace, our sole survivor from the first film. Kathryn Newton is joining us, along with Sarah Michelle Gellar and Elijah Wood, who are both involved with the cast. Kevin Durand, Nestor Carbonell, and David Cronenberg will also be making an appearance in the film. Filming wrapped earlier this year. I believe it shot in Toronto, and the film officially will be titled Ready or Not, Here I Come. So as of now, it is scheduled to release in the month of April next year, April 10th of 2026, I believe. Guy Busick revealed back in May, while speaking with Comic Book, how Ready or Not 2 will start. It starts, or he actually also teased how the last movie's events will set up this new sequel. He said, Grace wakes up in the hospital. No time has passed for her. The last thing she remembers is her in-laws exploded, including her new husband. They exploded in front of her and covered her in blood. She went outside and had her cigarette. The EMTs and fire department came. The credits roll, and it picks up right there. So when she wakes up, no time has passed. She hasn't processed any of it, and then she's thrust immediately into another weirder, bigger game that she doesn't understand, and that we don't understand at first. There's a weird kind of logic to it because she survived that adventure in the first movie. Something has now been triggered and has thrown the entire world into disorder. His co-writer from Scream, James Vanderbilt, said this regarding the world building during an interview with Collider. I think it's safe to say we expand the mythology without explaining the entire mythology. I don't know if that sounds exciting, but it's exciting to us. I think it's the right amount of world building while still telling an amazing emotional story. We felt so privileged that people embraced that movie that we didn't want to revisit it if it was going to be kind of like, oh, look, they did it again. We were all okay leaving it be if we didn't come up with something that we felt added to it or in some ways topped it. We are all really excited about what it is going to be. Now, Elijah Wood recently echoed Vanderbilt's comments about deepening the mythology during an interview with Bloody Disgusting, and all I can say is just don't over-explain too much about LaBelle. Establish the obvious, which is that this has happened with a lot of elites across the world, and go from there. Or just establish that there's other elites besides the De La Moss family that we just met. Recently, while speaking with People magazine, Samara Weaving shared her thoughts on the upcoming sequel. She said, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what the best story was to tell, and I think we've nailed it. I think people are going to be really excited and glad. Now, I'll tell you right now, I am very excited about Ready or Not 2, and while this next half isn't confirmed, I wanted to firstly recap a lot of the important remarks and details that we've gotten about this film. We don't know officially who anyone is playing besides Samara being back as Grace, nor do we have a general idea of the story, well, besides what I just mentioned, until now in this next half of this video. Again, all of this is not confirmed, but it is destined to be confirmed because of how legitimate I know it is. So here are the rumored roles for Ready or Not, Here I Come. Samara Weaving, of course, will be playing Grace McCauley, or Macaulay, I guess is her maiden name. Then you have Kathryn Newton, who stars as Faith Macaulay, or Macaulay. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who stars as Ursula Danforth. Sean Hattasey, who stars as Titus Danforth. Elijah Wood, who stars as a Danforth attorney or a gameskeeper. One of the two. I'm not sure on that one. David Cronenberg is the Danforth's father. And yes, you did hear me correctly. Samara and Kathryn are going to be playing sisters. Their history is going to be similar to what we've seen between Sam and Tara in the recent Scream films, which were also from Radio Silence. Now, I'm hearing this movie embraces being a dark comedy more than the horrific aspects of the original, but that's probably going to be fine with me when I see it. For anyone curious what exactly is going on with Sarah Michelle Gellar's role, let's just say the Danforths are our new wicked family to beat. I did hear a lot of praise about Sarah Michelle Gellar's performance, but I'm hearing she's outdone by the star who plays her brother, which is fine, but as long as Sarah Michelle Gellar is getting to do her thing and giving another wonderful performance, I'm a happy camper, because I was mostly excited about Sarah Michelle Gellar's participation in this movie. Once we got the confirmation it was happening and we already knew Samara would be back, Sarah Michelle Gellar was the next best thing that really got me excited, along with Kathryn Newton. Now, the way they expand on the mythology, from what I know, is not chipping away at LaBelle's mystique so far. It answers questions that didn't necessarily need to be answered while keeping LaBelle's aura intact. So you've done a good job there, from what I know. The new game involves trying to kill Grace, obviously, to become the new head of the table. Now, there's more to it, but that's just the gist of it. And that's what has been triggered by her survival. The other elites out there are now being thrusted into a new game to compete for the #1 spot as the head family at the table with Mr. LaBelle. That is what the new game is centered around. And I believe the head of the table right now are the Danforths. And their head at the table ranking is at stake in this new game. Now, one last thing about the film, you should all expect a big piece of Alex's past to come back and start trouble with Grace this go around. Now, for anyone not familiar, Alex was Grace's husband. For anyone a little bit rusty with that first movie and who was who from there, because I haven't watched that film recently myself, I plan on revisiting it by the time the next one comes out, which again is supposed to be in April. But that's all I really wanted to share with you guys. Apparently, Ready or Not, Here I Come is a worthy sequel to the original. Apparently, all the stars are knocking it out of the park. Apparently, the chemistry between Kathryn and Samara is incredible because, again, they're supposed to be playing sisters, and it's a very believable bond. And, again, it's very reminiscent of what we got with Sam and Tara in Scream 5 and Scream 6. I will say it's ironic that they're doing this, considering the rumor that's out there about Samara being the one who was supposed to play Sam Carpenter. So it's nice that they're kind of fulfilling that through Ready or Not 2 by casting Kathryn Newton as her sister. So I like that. I like that. And apparently they have great chemistry. Sarah Michelle Gellar apparently, again, gives a wonderful performance. And there's a lot of the same familiar things from that first movie present in this one that should make it a very crowd-pleasing film. But I cannot wait to experience this when it drops in April. Also, one last thing, but please pay very close attention to how David Cronenberg is introduced in this film. It feels like a very bold way to immediately start commentating on elites and how powerful they can be and the role they play, of course, across the globe at this point in real life. So I liked how he was introduced, and I think a lot of people will understand what I mean when you see how powerful this man actually appears to be in the Danforth family. Let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Turn on post notifications in the next video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.